Good evening, everybody. We are not in the command center. No. Had to get a sort of virtual change of pace. So I got out. Figuratively, not literally. Getting over some sickness. It's always weird getting one of those pseudo colds. You know, you sort of gaslight yourself into symptoms of a cold or even a stomach bug just off of a bad cough or an allergic reaction that makes a bad cough worse. And then it's very easy to forget eating and drinking. I'm already down roughly 10, 11 pounds. But that's all in the past. I feel a lot better. And to commemorate that, let's get to a video. So, tonight's topic, whenever you see this, the topic is the workflow. Do not let other people steal the techniques that make your stuff, your digital art, your digital media, that makes the things you create uniquely yours. Do not give that information, those techniques away lightly. As you know, all across everywhere, we have artificial intelligence libraries constantly scraping the internet, trying to take every morsel they can. The reason we have such a big how to do about these things is because a large language model or neural network or algorithm is a artificial brain, and the processes that the artificial brain makes, the thinking processes, the logic and thought chains, and they need to learn in the same way a human mind, in the same way an organism's mind needs to learn in order to perfect a skill or action. But the purpose is these artificial brains are not learning for themselves because they have no autonomy, no consciousness, and no sense of morals or principles. These artificial brains are being used to create content for people, and this content is sought to be, this content that they are producing or seek to produce is I'm trying to find the right words and sequence to use. The whole purpose of the scraping for the purposes of training the neural network is simply to create copyrightable, monetizable content. It's not someone teaching themselves a skill to enrich themselves. It's something teaching itself a skill and then seeking to use what they learned to completely rip off the copyright holder or owner of whatever art was used as training material, as reference material, or as quote-unquote inspiration. Machines cannot be inspired. A big thing that everyone is recommending right now to content creators and digital media artists is to create extensive play-by-play tutorials about their workflows and processes and tricks. And we have to be careful in the future as we make this kind of edutainment, infotainment, instructional content for others, because there will always be an insidious party looking to use that now publicly available information for what I can only assume is greedy purposes. You'll have to excuse my voice. My voice has taken a permanent debuff from being sick. It is going to be a few weeks to maybe a month or so until my voice is back to normal. That's just the way it's going to be. the only thing I can do is drink warm liquids and hope for speedy recovery. I work with my voice. Even at my contractor job, speaking is the primary mode of communication. But here, being a content creator as well as a voice actor, it is your voice is your number one asset. So it's important I maintain it. Try not to strain it. Back to this topic. I first noticed this while trolling around on the inspiration section of the YouTube studio. And what happens when you do that is you can generate video ideas, and sometimes you can generate a video title, idea, thumbnail, and even a sort of script to follow in order for you to make the video as efficiently as possible. And all you do is edit that script and change things around to make it more original. But every time I would refresh the page and essentially generate new video ideas, I kept seeing one option, and one of those options that would just keep appearing is workflow. Here's our workflow. Here's how we create the videos. Here's how we do this. Here's how I do this behind the scenes. And I had to stop and ask myself why. And it didn't take too long for it to come back to, oh, they are pushing more tutorials and step-by-step walkthroughs of the workflows and strategies of specific creators for the purposes of being able to scrape that at a later time. And it is something that was really messing with me, really messing with my spirit. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that much at all. And making this relatively short video, just commenting that we should continue to champion human works by humans, and we should continue to essentially safeguard some of our secrets, or at least not be so willing to share everything, at least not at once, is something that's been sitting on my mind lately. You know, I've been in bed last few days, and these are just things that popped out. I do apologize for the creepypasta lighting. I just wanted to try something new. It was something refreshing. I'm sorry the video couldn't be longer, but I just wanted to remind myself and everybody that, hey, there will always be an audience of people who like your authenticity. And that's what you should do. That's who you should create for. Create for yourself, and create for the ideal audience of people who like your stuff and your stuff unapologetically. That might include up-and-coming creators, but that will never include an artificial brain that has no capacity for joy or true inspiration. This is your reminder to just keep it locked right here on RKP, and watch for the signal. I'll see you next time. Comment. Oh wait, I forgot I set up the scene with no custom hand tracking. Comment out. Have a great one.